My name is Brian Lee, and I am from Cleveland, Ohio, and the language that I want to take on is German. I apologize ahead of time for the inopportune setting of this video, but circumstances dictate that this is the only place that I can make this video right now. So I learned about the Add One challenge some months back from Fluent in 3 months from the website, and I thought it was really cool, but it had kind of fallen by the wayside. I forgot about it, and a few days ago I decided to check it out again and found it was due really soon. So I've decided just to go for it and at least send in an application. I learned German about a year ago. From December 2014 to February 2015, I did some self-study because I applied for a Germany study abroad program, and the program really encourages you to learn German to become fluent or at least proficient during this year-long study abroad. And I first wanted to see if I liked the German language. I had been interested in learning it after Spanish, which I've been studying for the past few years. So I decided just to go for it and see what I thought. So I studied for 2 months. I got a textbook, went through the first 6 or 7 chapters. I spent a lot of time on phonetics, pronunciation. I'm just getting comfortable with the language. I also downloaded a podcast, which was called Slow German, and which came with transcripts as well. And I also added vocabulary and had about several hundred words in my Anki deck using Anki, the electronic note card software, which you already know about. So I used that and got a few hundred words, as well as a few hundred sentences, or as well as about 100 sentences to practice some grammar. Apart from that, it was pretty light study. I did a little bit of Skype, but didn't go too far with it. And so, yeah, I had been interested in learning German, and I had studied for this program, which was the catalyst to get me started. The reason why I'm doing it now is because the application is coming around again. I did not receive the scholarship, and I'm going to reapply. And I've started thinking about my German. I've resurrected my old Anki deck for German and have reviewed it over the last few months, so I'm pretty much back up to speed to where I was. And now I'd like to continue and take it a little bit more seriously this time. As far as commitment to learning, like I said, this is kind of last second. So I think I can commit to about 3 times a week, just as a modest start. Maybe do 2 times a week reading, because I still have a lot of the just very basics to learn, and 1 a week active listening on a podcast. So I could do like put my podcast on Audacity, a slow German podcast, and go through the transcript and learn words that way. So learn words kind of organically, because I find that the Slow German podcast was a very excellent resource personally. That's as a modest start. I'm also going to start looking for a Skype partner who might be interested in doing long term. And I do plan to add hours if I continue to do this challenge. But 3 times a week for 45 minutes each session is where I'm going to start. As far as punishment, if I don't do the conversation within 90 days, my dad owns a machine shop, and I've never been the best with my hands. I have not been interested in taking over the family business, and I think I will tell him about the challenge, and if I fail, I will have to work for 2 weeks unpaid doing the grunt work at his shop, which means loading and unloading pieces, filing machine parts, cleaning the machines, and I'm sure he will love me to help out at the shop for that stuff. What else here, as far as the questions go? Oh yeah, so the study group sounds great, but like I said, I'm applying for this challenge at the last second. Like, I read a lot about it before, I've read about the last few days, but I'm still not completely solid, but I want to put my application in. I think the study group sounds great if I can do it, and I don't know what the rules are, but I'd like to be able to join it afterwards if I find that I have the time to do so. But right now, I will not commit to the study group just yet. However, the mastermind group sounds good. I think updating progress is very useful and is a great incentive to lay out your goals for each week. I do understand that I get out what I put into this. I do have some language learning experience as far as self-taught language learning, because I've done that with Spanish for the past 2.5 years. So I think I have some level of preparation going into this. I don't know if there's anything else as far as the questions go for the video. I guess the last thing I want to say just is that this is a great I think this is a really great challenge, and I will be very interested to see if I can make the most of it. I will put the disclaimer that since this is at the last second, I may not be as prepared and readily committed as some of your other applicants, but I do want to get my application in and have a little time to get started. So I will get started. I will send the update tomorrow, and just to see whether I think I can continue with this challenge. But I will do the best I can to do so, because I really do think it will be worth it. Alright, I think that's it.